Hello, ministry entrepreneurs. Welcome to day 9 of the Wisdom series. We are moving through this book of Proverbs, and it's been really good. We're now at Proverbs chapter 9, and in this chapter we have wisdom speaking at the top, or in the first 12 verses, and then folly or foolishness comes and starts speaking from verse 13 to the end of the chapter. And so I love this picture of like wisdom, how wisdom has built this area or set up this stage, set up this platform so that it's just a matter of accepting the invitation to what's already been prepared. And verse 4, she says, "Come in with me," she urges the simple. To those who lack good judgment, she says, "Come eat my food and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways behind and begin to live. Learn to use good judgment." And it's just a matter of making the decision to meet with wisdom. Because at any moment, the ability to consult wisdom, to know or to gain, and this is like God's wisdom. We're not just talking about consulting anything. We're talking about wisdom, the wisdom that comes from God. And there is already this thing that's been prepared, and we just have to come to what's been prepared in order to receive guidance and instruction. And all of this wisdom is setting out like parameters again. A parameter is about, look, if you do this, this will happen. Correct the wise, they will love you. Don't bother correcting mockers, they will only hate you. Mm-hmm. And it's just like this like instruction, and these barriers of how this is how to live, this is how to do it, this is why to do it. Don't waste your time. Keep moving on this path, and it all starts with making the choice to meet with wisdom.
Yeah, so verse 11, wisdom will multiply your days and add years to your life. If you become wise, you will be the one to benefit. If you scorn wisdom, you will be the one to suffer. Once again, it's talking about wisdom will multiply your days. Yeah. And then it says add years to your life. We want things to add to us. Doesn't mean we won't have years and we won't have days, but what do those days look like in the midst? Are they adding to us, or are they subtracting? And that it looks really different when there's nothing being added to your life of richness, of wealth, of knowledge, and the ability to move out life well, and not just it's almost like surviving instead of thriving. And then if you scorn wisdom, you'll be the one to suffer. Just the picture of suffering is just not something that we want to put ourselves through. So embracing wisdom is the best thing we can do.
Come on. And then folly comes in. And all of that, her introduction, wisdom's introduction is wisdom. In verse 1, wisdom has built her house. She has carved its 7 columns. She has prepared her great banquet, mixed the wine, set the table. And this whole wisdom's an incredible host. We get down to verse 13, and our introduction to folly is, the woman named Folly is brash. She is ignorant and doesn't know it. Verse 14, she sits in her doorway on the heights overlooking the city. She calls out to men going by who are minding their own business. And love that. Verse 16, it says, "Come in with me." So folly is calling people to come in. And in verse 4, wisdom is calling people to come in. And I think that shows that we always have the choice. There's those options calling to us to see where we're going to get our information from and where we're going to make our decisions from. And we see folly is not concerned about setting out The only table folly sets out is the table of consequences. Verse 17, it says, stolen water is refreshing. Food eaten in secret tastes the best. 18, but little do they know that the dead are there. Her guests are in the depth of the grave. And that's help. That's a consequence to folly. She's not, verse 15 says or 14, she's just looking out over the city and calling to people. And wisdom sent servants out to bring people in. It's just like the intentionality, but usually we go towards folly. We go towards foolishness when we're weak, like when we don't have stability inside, or when we haven't tuned our voice to God's, or haven't made a decision inside to follow. Like that's where folly's voice, the voice of foolishness, is easy, and she's just shouting from the balcony.
Yeah, once again, it's not a woman is described here, but things are calling out to us all the time. Foolishness is calling out to us, and we don't have to listen to the voice that calls out. That is foolishness. That's
good. Yeah, it makes it so that we have to be very intentional about what we're choosing to listen to, because it is always constant. There's always wisdom that's going to be offering us things, and foolishness is going to be offering us things, and have to be conscious of our decision, like which direction we're going to, and just understanding that with foolishness comes consequences. And a lot of times the dead, her guests are in the depth of the grave. So a lot of times we don't know the extent of the consequences we're walking into when we engage foolishness, and we can't from the front of it, from the house, from the outside it looks, that's attractive, that's great, I want to try that. But once you get closer to the door and you get inside, it starts to smell, because dead bodies smell.
Yeah,
It's a little dark, but yeah. But yeah, so just an encouragement and a reminder to shore up what you're listening to, like because wisdom is always speaking, and so is foolishness. And want to make sure that we are leaning into wisdom's voice and not the voice of folly or foolishness. Yeah? That's it for today. We love you, and we look forward to hearing some of the things that you pulled out from Proverbs chapter 9. And if you're comfortable, share like an example of how you've had the option to choose between wisdom and foolishness. And if you want to go further and give a testimony, you can share a time that you chose foolishness, and the consequences were there, but also here you are because of what God brought you through. So
come on,
we'll see you tomorrow.